Hello, everybody, and welcome to Suddenly Saturday. We had some great cards yesterday come out, and I rewatched it, and it was a really good message. We have all kinds of messages flying in. I've noticed some things going on out in the outside world of us. I noticed that I watched a gentleman that's kind of like a off the beaten path reporter. And he was in our town when the hurricane was going through, and I hooked up with him on YouTube, and I kind of follow him. And right now, he's in Texas, and he's got the Florida police, state police, highway patrol there in hotels because they are all going to the border to help Texas. They are ignoring the federal government. They basically kicked them out. So that's what's happening in this world, and that is what's going to happen. We are going to take back our country. We are having a revolution, an awakening. We are going to realize the power that they suppress from us because we are going to remember. And we're learning to level up and control ourselves in this chaos that we're going through right now. And once we come out of this, it's going to be amazing. So we need to hang in there. And we need to work on ourselves, but we also need to speak up. There's things going on in your towns and your little communities that you need to pay attention to. I never really did because, I just live in the community and it looks all good and hunky-dory. And there's a lot of tricksters in the background doing a lot of trickster stuff. And we need to pay attention more because it's our life and they're playing with it. And that's not a good thing. So let's start this reading. We got some interesting cards that came out with the Dreams of Gaia Oracle. This is the first one I'm going to read out and I'm going to call. Now, what I do is I clear my energy with white sage and I do a meditation. I do a midnight meditation. And when I do readings, I'm channeling them. I'm not playing with them. I'm not shuffling the cards and pulling them one by one. I am cutting them 3 times. I'm knocking on them 3 times to wake up the spirits. And I am shuffling until they fly out. So when they fly out, that is our message. I don't mess with the messages, and whatever I get, I'm channeling because we can all channel. We're all channelers. We are a conduit because source is within. This card is the Ace of Water. An exciting beginning. Take a leap of faith, open your heart, follow passion's lead, a new experience or opportunity, a new friendship. Stop fighting your feelings and free of fear and influence. This is a really good card to come out. The Ace of Water symbolizes the beginning of a new love and those feelings of nervous excitement we experience at the start of a new relationship. It is that growing sense of attraction and infiltration that draws you in and dares you to throw common sense aside. Falling in love is both thrilling and terrifying. As a flood of emotions picks you up and carries you away. The river could carry you gently or lead you to rapids, or worse, fling you over a waterfall. Regardless of where this new beginning may lead, now is time to open your heart to another or to a new experience or opportunity. Remember that the Ace of Water does not necessarily symbolize a romantic relationship. You are being asked to allow your desire, passion, or attraction to carry you along in its flow and trust that it will take you to where you need to be. Yeah, we got the trust card yesterday. And this, to me, is not talking about a romantic fling. To me, this is talking about the you, working on yourself and loving yourself. Because, hey, it could be a relationship, but I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling the relationship with another. I'm feeling the relationship with yourself. That is really important. And that's what this card is telling us. Once we love ourselves, the world opens up to us differently. I really believe that because it did for me. It's beautiful down here in Florida today. Coffee and cards I thought was perfect. We finally don't have a gray sky. We have an actually blue sky with a few clouds. We've had gray skies forever. It's just ridiculous. Okay, now that was that one. And I really need we need to think on this. This is new emotions. First love, infiltration, attraction, lust, longing, excitement, and passion. Yeah, when we find ourselves and love ourselves, it will be like an explosion. It will be amazing because it is an amazing feeling because it's like anything that somebody says to you, it like ricochets off you. It's like a superpower. Um, Things don't bother me as much as they used to at all. And, you know, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but somebody said something to me the other day that really clicked. Never really heard it like that. And the next card that we got will kind of put it into perspective. Um, and I want to call out too, because when I'm finished with this, we got 3 R's. And if anybody has 3 R's or knows 3 R's or 3 R's has something to do with anything, there might be a message here for you. Because I thought it was different. We got the 3 of Pentacles as a clarifier for the Ace of Water, and that is recognition, which is the first R. Show off your work and be proud of your achievements. Further success is on this card. So yeah, once you find yourself and your passion, you'll have success because you'll be doing what you're passionate about. And it will be beautiful. Now, this is the card that came out second. It is the 11, which is a master number. So it doubles the power and it's masculine and feminine. And we've been talking about the masculine and feminine a lot. People don't understand that it's not sexual. It's not a body part. The feminine and masculine is what we were born with. We both male and female have masculine and feminine characteristics in them. And what I want to say is, I've noticed that when we get older, okay, and we start leveling up, it seems like the women get stronger. And I didn't say this. This came from a man. This came from my brother, my little brother. And I love him because he pulled something out that I never paid attention to. And I don't think anybody else did either. When we first started out, me and my husband, when I was young, I was so sensitive. I mean, I was a crybaby. I cried all the time. I cried at the drop of a hat. Like I said, Lassie got stuck in a fire and I cried for 2 weeks. Old Yeller died and I never got over it. I cried forever. But as I leveled up and I went through the dark night of the soul and I went through things like that, I got stronger, a lot stronger. I don't cry as much. I don't show emotion as much. Now I do show emotion. Don't get me wrong. I do cry once in a while. But I don't get emotional like I did. Now, let's flip it. The men, my husband, my brother, other men I know, they used to be really masculine, really strong, never cry, think you're stupid for crying, blah, blah, blah. You know, those type of men. Now they're getting emotional, they're getting sentimental. And us women are looking at them like, what's wrong with you? You know, and, you know, I'm going to call it this. He said, my brother says, maybe it's because men were so masculine for the first part of their years that they couldn't show the feminine emotional side. Now the feminine have always showed the feminine emotional side. They had the babies, they take care of the house, they did this. And as they leveled up, they got stronger and more not so sentimental. So he said what happened is maybe the men held it in and suppressed it so long that now they have gotten the feminine sentimental part, but overboard. And then women got the masculine kind of attitude, but overboard. And we haven't balanced them out. So that was a really good catch to that. And that could be the fact. I mean, my father, I've never seen my father cry. And my father was back in those days, those men were men. They went out, they made a living, they were strong, they were the powerhouse of the family. And then you start to get older and you start to slow down and you start to think about things more and you start to reflect and get a different perception on life. And then you start to get those feelings, those sentimental feelings, those I don't know if it's so much fear, but it's knowing that a change is going on and maybe getting more emotional about it than a woman, because women are not that men aren't strong, we're all strong, but we have different perceptions on life and we have different perceptions on things. And I've seen the flip. I've seen as men get older, they get more sentimental, and as women get older, they get more kind of firmer, harder, I guess, not as emotional. I don't know. There could be the women, it could be opposite. The woman could have been a tomboy, all her life. And all of a sudden, boom, she's more sentimental than ever. Or the guy could have been more feminine, and all of a sudden, boom, he's lifting weights and he's masculine. So it all depends on our life's journey and how life is taking us. But it was a lesson. Everything was meant to be, and everything was a lesson. So that's what we got right here is we got the feminine and masculine. It's passive aggressive, creation, destruction, action, inaction, masculine and feminine. Put aside gender stereotypes, and feminine energy serves to nurture, masculine energy serves to protect. Too much of one, not enough of the other. Time to evaluate and realign, allow the energy to increase and ebb. Embrace the energy that best fits, that suits your needs. The 11 of Fire is a balancing and realigning card. It symbolizes the importance of balancing our masculine and feminine energies, and to remind us we are and always will be the mix of both. Our physical gender is irrelevant. The 11 of Fire asks that we look beyond gender to stereotypes to how we respond and react to day-to-day experiences. On an energetic level, our masculine aspects serve to protect self and others, while our feminine aspect serves to nurture self and others. So when we're in a situation, what we have to do is we have to look at that situation with a little bit more of a thought pattern and perspective. Does it need the gentle feminine side of me, or does it need the strong masculine side of me? Let me think. Let's use this for instance. Okay, I'm a woman. I'm driving down the highway and I see an old man getting beat up. Okay. So what do I do? Most women would stay out of it. Some women, if they have more of a masculine side, they would stop the car and pull something out and start beating somebody up and getting them off the old man. That would be the protection side of me doing that. So do I use my feminine side and drive by and call 911 for help because I'm compassionate about the man, but I'm not going to interfere because I might get a nail broke? Or am I going to slam my brakes on, jump out, and pull something out of my car that I can ward these people off with to get them off of the old man that they're beating up? You have to look at the situation. Okay. Okay, now we have a man, okay, crying his eyes out, sitting on a sidewalk in front of a gas station. Okay, he's crying his eyes out. And you walk by. Say you're another man, and you walk by. Now, do you use the masculine, hey, dude, get over it? Or do you use the feminine part of you and nurture that person and say, oh, man, are you all right? Can I do anything? Because that's what a woman would do. And a man would say, hey, dude, get over it. You'll be okay. There's different perspectives on masculine and feminine. But we need to be alert on which one to use because we have both. And if we're not using both, we're unbalanced. If we're too masculine or too feminine, whichever we are, we're unbalanced. We have to balance that out. And then we have to play with our inner child within. So yeah, that was a good card and that was a good scenario. The next one we got was the 10 of Wands, responsibility. And this is another R. So I'm saying there's 3 R's in these tarot cards that came out. We have recognition, responsibility, and there's another R. 10 of Wands, set some boundaries to reduce the stress. You may need to say no to certain people. Yeah. I have had such a good 4 days now of just not rushing, being mellow, getting the things I need done, and doing what I love to do, which is cards and coffee. Being with my soul family in these little hour or half hour that I have with you. I love this. This is my Zen. This is other than my meditation. My meditation is my total Zen. But this is something that I'm supposed to do. And if I keep just meditating on it and holding all of the knowledge and the teaching that I'm getting, I'm not teaching anybody anything, and I'm not learning anything. I'm stagnant in my meditation. So we have to be careful with that, because we can meditate all we want and we can work on self all we want, but there is a mission that we have, and it is not just for self. It is for others, but we have to work on self first. So, and usually when you're working on self, I took 3 months. I had 3 months of just me and my thoughts, and it was wonderful. That's when my husband went back to Pennsylvania because he had some things to do in the house we had. But it was my time to shine. It was my time to pull myself into myself and start working on and loving myself again with no interference. And that's sometimes what everybody needs. Now, this card came out, and I think this is a very important card because of the messages that we have been getting. This card is a number 13, which is a 4, and it's union. And really, that is what we're coming into right now. And most of the cards have shown dragons, and dragon is a fierce protection. It makes a heart over her, the golden, the green, the Celtic knots, the wolf, the hawk, eyes of the hawk, the intuition, the protection of the wolf, the butterfly at her root, at her inner root, her past, her grounding mechanism. The butterfly is ready. It's out of its cocoon, and all her chakras are lit up. Her eyes are wide open. Her third eye has a jewel over it. Her crown is opened, and there is water coming out of it. And there's 2 human faces. These are ancestral. These aren't really dragons. I'm thinking these are ancestral. She is connecting with everything. Unity and wholeness. Harmony arises when we are in alignment. You have unlimited potential, a past that marries science and spirituality. Duality creates separation, the marriage of body, mind, and soul. All is connected. Complete self-acceptance. Do not dominate or be submissive. At the center is the void. You are a temple. Worship within. Fear and need, cornerstones of dependency. This is a very important card for us because we have been being told that we are all connected. It's like the candy canes that I keep talking about. And what really ticks me off is, okay, I mentioned candy canes, and my husband said, he goes, yeah, that's color. I didn't think of color. Why do we put color into everything? I thought of individuality, okay? When the candy canes are, I tried to put a metaphor of what we are. Say we have candy canes that are all linked together, okay? And they all taste the same because we all have one conscious. But they all have a little different color, which makes them unique. Not a color like black and white, like a uniqueness. I could have said they're all the same color, but they all taste unique in their own way. I could have switched it and made the sense of taste instead of the sense of sight. So when we use our, when we're listening to something like that, okay, like what I said, all of a sudden our perception goes to color. Oh, it's all about color. It's different colors. No, it isn't. Color has nothing to do with it. Color is what I put on it as the uniqueness of it. So let's flip it around. Okay. The candy canes are all the same color. They're all connected because we're all connected in one with our consciousness because we are all created one with source. Okay. Let's get that right. Now, the candy canes are all the same color. We're all connected to source. Now, they all taste different. They have that one unique taste that is different. Would that make it better? I mean, we have to realize that our senses are playing tricks with us. We're looking at color as black and white. We're not looking at it as uniqueness. But let's look at color, okay? Black and white. What's the difference? It's color. It doesn't make anybody's uniqueness any different. They still have a uniqueness. Okay, so now we got by the color. What is the big deal about color? So what if I've seen a blue person? It caught me off guard, but I've seen a blue person. So she's blue. But that doesn't mean she's not unique. So what's different? Oh, her color? Oh, okay. Why? Does she have to be all the same? I don't want everybody the same as me. I like Tutti Frutti and Rudy. I mean, really, I like all those beautiful, fascinating colors. And I think, black and white is just black and white. It's a color. I'm not really completely white. I'm like a little bit of tan, and they're not completely black. They're like mocha. Some of them are like chocolate. But, it's ridiculous. We are so beyond color. I'm so sick of the color thing. I'm over it. I've been over it for a long time. I've never looked at color like that. I've looked at bad and good, and I've looked at uniqueness and the difference of people. That's all. So that was a governmental thing to separate. When the Union card appears, it symbolizes stepping into the void within and using this time ahead to create. It is a very affirming but simple meaning. Center yourself, allow peace to flow through you, and fill your senses. What you do with this powerful moment is your choice, but make the time to use it. Yeah, we have to get aligned. And that card is really, really screaming it. It's ah, ah. It's everything. It's where we want to be. And this card is saying, yes, do it. We have protection. We have it. Now here's the Six of Cups, which is another R. It's reflection. So we got recognition, responsibility, and reflection. I just thought it was interesting with the 3 R's. Enjoy reconnecting with the happiest aspects of your past, which energize, entertain, and inspire you for the future. Friendship, visitors, happiness, comfort, childhood memories, protection, and play. My advice to everybody, this is my, and this is firsthand advice, because I have a mother right now that has issues, and she's almost over it. She's actually remembering happy moments now because we're rewriting her stories. And we're making them as happy as they could be, because when she first got dementia, she remembered every miserable time that there was. And I don't ever want to do that. So my advice to anybody is, if you're hanging on to past baggage, like say people have passed already, but they treated you bad and you'll never forgive them and blah, 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 and you need to release that completely. I did. Let me tell you what happened to me when I did this. I watched Dolores Cannon one night, and she said, you have to release everything with love, because we all have contracts with everybody we come in contact with. Even the people you come in contact with and they become background people. You had a contract. There was something you were supposed to learn from that person, okay? So if you have had bad experiences in the past with certain people that you have come into contact. You remember it, you release it with love, and you break the contract. Okay. So I did that one night. I meditated and it was really wild. It was a wild experience. It was like I stopped the karma wheel. I meditated one night and I thought about it in my telepathically thought about it in my memories, and I seen everything. I mean, I don't know how young I was. I seen it. I remember seeing flashes of people. It was like I had a karmic rehearsal experience that I was reliving everything. I almost thought I died, and I was just reliving everything, every moment of childhood, everything, I seen everything in a flash in this room, and I can remember it distinctly. And I released everybody with love and broke the contract. When I got out of bed to go to the bathroom that night, I stood up and I had to literally lean against the wall because I was spinning and the whole room looked like, you ever seen those movies where they give some woman a Mickey and she starts seeing or you've done mushrooms and you start seeing different colors and 3D and everything looks slow motion and you're dizzy. That's how I felt. It felt like somebody slipped me a Mickey and I couldn't stop spinning. So I'm leaning up against the wall. My husband's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I just released everything with love, broke contracts, and I feel like I'm drugged." I stood there for a good 3 to 5 minutes, getting my perception on where I was. And then finally, I was okay. That was the wildest experience I ever had. And you know what? I don't really think about past stuff. I know it happened. I know things happen, but I don't think about it at all. It was like that. It's almost a memory of nothing. It's like I put it in the void and left it there. It's hard to explain, but I think everybody really needs to do that. It sounds crazy, and you don't have to, you're not forgiving them. You're not forgiving. You learn something traumatic from that experience. The good experiences are beautiful and we want to remember those can be flashbacks all the time because they were great experiences. But when you have bad experiences and you keep reliving and reliving and reliving and you don't let it go, it will haunt you. It'll curse you. Basically, you're cursed with your own bondage. You're binding yourself to that. So when you cut the bondage and you release it with love and you break the contract and never be spoken again, you just release it and you can feel it. But you have to do it right. You can't just say, "I'm going to release it with love and that's going to be it." You have to mean it. And I really meant it because I just wanted, after seeing what my mother went, I just wanted to release it. I didn't want to go through that. Whew, that's a rough one. Um, you know, I didn't do the practical magic. And I didn't do it the other day for some unknown reason. So guess what? We're going to have a special. You can't see my desk. My desk is little. I live in a fifth wheel. So that's why I don't show all the cards and I don't show myself shuffling and I don't show myself knocking on them and I don't show myself meditating because you can't see. Wow. You can't see nothing down here. I have a little tiny desk. But we got two of the practical magic just now that flew out that wanted to be seen. I always tell my husband if they fly out and they go up, they want to be seen. So that was kind of nice. You got to see some of my magical shuffling today. Okay, now we got two. Wow, okay. Now I'm going to have to find it in the book. It won't take long. This Practical Magic is a great book. They're all in the numbers. We got a number 21, which is a 3, which is the divine. And, channel your energy. We just talked about releasing people that have hurt you in the past. And now it says channel your anger trials. Because when we're hanging on to that and we don't release it, it causes us sadness, anger, frustration, and all of the above. Now, she is a beautiful warrior, and she is standing in front of a castle, with her helmet on the ground. She's a warrior with her helmet on the ground and this big, like, scary looking thing that could cut you in half type thing. Okay. And it could be a guy. I've seen so many warriors that look like this. She's just ready. Look, she's very confident and she is ready to take control of her world. Express well, anger. Expressed well, anger can help you change your life, release things that no longer serve you, and fight against injustice, but it's no place to dwell. Yeah, that's what it is. When someone hurts us or we've been really hurt by what they've done to us, it either causes pain or anger, and that binds us to that anger and pain. Anger itself isn't a bad thing. It's what you do with it that matters. It has long been portrayed as a negative emotion, but it is neither good nor bad. It just is. It's an emotional response to an event, circumstance, or person, and it can help motivate you to find solutions to problems, take action to improve things, or assist you in expressing your emotions in a healthy way. Anger can always be a warning that you are being mistreated, which you should take heed of. Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking you aren't entitled to be angry when you're treated badly. Always be honest about your emotions, even if just to yourself. Acknowledge without judgment how you really feel and work out why you feel that way. Learn what you need to know from the situation, then release the anger so it doesn't poison you. When this card appears, it's a message to examine anger. Be aware of your own relationship to this fiery emotion, both within yourself and in others. Are you confusing your disappointment or fear for rage? Has someone accused you of being angry when you're just frustrated? People, particularly women, who express an opinion are often dismissed as anger or aggressive when they're just being assertive. Disparage as bossy and mean instead of powerful and self-assured. Don't mistake strength in yourself or others as something negative or difficult. But if you're angry about something, this card is asking you to examine why. Don't try to deny your feelings, justify your response, or swallow it down and repress it just to keep the peace. Repressing your anger can lead to illness, stress, depression, poor judgment, and explosive damaging outbursts. Equally, however, don't wallow in it or use it as an excuse to lash out at others or as a reason for your own bad behavior. Always consider that the person you're angry at may be just as upset with you for equally valid reasons. So spend some time in self-reflection before you leap into action. Once you've identified the reason for your anger, you can address it, the cause, and try to improve things. Is there a solution to the problem? Something you can do to change the situation or at least how you feel about it? Do you need to find a compromise with a person or issue, or is it up to you to change your behavior or make amends? There will be times that circumstances are beyond your ability to change or control, and you'll have to learn to deal with your anger in a constructive rather than destructive way. Some things are hard to accept: the death of a loved one, betrayal by a friend, a terrible injustice in the community or the world, failing at something you really wanted to achieve. And being angry is perfectly reasonable for a while. Eventually, you must come to some kind of acceptance and find a way to move forward, allowing anger's power over you to dissolve. This doesn't mean you should forget what happened, simply that you work to reduce its impact on you so you don't use your anger as fuel for negativity or an excuse to become self-destructive or cruel. The only real loser in that scenario is you. Living in anger, bitterness, and the eventual regret that will follow is no kind of life. So learn the lesson anger is sharing with you and use it to transform your outlook and your life. That was a great card. I am glad I just shuffled and thought, I missed some. So I've got to go back and I got to shuffle and I got to get some cards. This is number 26, which is an 8. Follow your dreams, dream like. And something's up with the birds. The other day we had the bluebird on her shoulder. She's looking at the little bird. She's loving the little bird. She's standing in the light. That's a beautiful, that's relaxing. I just, looking at that card was so relaxing. I love to dream. Sometimes I like to go to sleep. I stay up really late usually because I'm always researching things and meditating and doing things, but I love to dream. Expressed well. Oh, wait, what did I do? I pulled it out and I left the other page open. Oops, wrong page. Wrong way, Clyde. Okay, now your subconscious is trying to tell you something important. Get a good night's sleep so you can fall into the swirling pattern of your brain. Dreaming is synonymous with magic and self-discovery and is vital to your existence and happiness. It's important in a superficial sense in that it allows you to process and release any stress or drama you're holding on to. Many dreams make no sense when you wake up because they were just your brain defragmenting from the day, filing away the memories and experiences if wants to keep and ditching the rest. But you can also gain deep insight from your dreams, drawing forth knowledge from your subconscious. If something is bothering you in your waking life, it can be dealt with in the dream state. Answer to problems are often buried, and when you dream, you allow them to come to surface and reveal themselves. Okay, my hair just got cut and it's tickling my nose. Oh, I need some coffee anyway. The weeks are going so fast. Everyone dreams, even if you think you don't. It just means you don't recall them, which is common if you go to bed so tired that you move quickly through all the sleep cycles and fall into a deep sleep. There's a reason sleep deprived can lead to hallucinations. You need to dream in order to process your day. Manufactured memory, learn survival techniques, understanding who you are, why you're here, and where you're going. So if you're not dreaming at night, you'll do it during the day while half awake. Yeah, when I do most of my really good dreaming, I'm in a twilight sleep. I can still hear things. I'm not in a deep sleep. When I am in a deep dead, I am so tired, I drop sleep. I don't remember my dreams. I remember flickers, but I don't remember my dreams. But when I go down, lay down for 20 minutes and I'm taking like a twilight nap, is what I call it, I dream a lot. Or if I'm sitting here and I daydream, I have been shown things a lot lately. So I have tapped into my awakening moments of dreaming, and it's wonderful because you do get a lot of insight. Practice makes perfect. Drawing this card is a message that your subconscious is trying to show you something, so you need to pay attention. Writing down your dreams and exploring the messages your subconscious sends you while you're sleeping is a great way to decode your own wisdom and find solution to the issues you face. Information, emotions, and answers to problems are often buried deep within the subconscious, and the dreaming will allow them to come to the surface of the conscious mind by recording your dreams each night. You'll not only see patterns emerging and work out their significance, but also train yourself to remember them so you can better utilize the wisdom they impart. If you're having nightmares, pay attention to them. They may be trying to alert you to a problem you need to resolve, such as an emotional situation you're struggling with or a health issue you should get checked. Daydreaming is also a tool. I want to talk to you guys about a dream I had. You know, I have told you guys that I am as my spirit person tells me, a prolific dreamer. Most of my dreams have come true within a few days or months or even years. When I was writing down in my dream journal when all of this chaos in our world started, I was having a lot of dreams. I had a dream of the Navy, was one of the first dreams I had, and I think it was 2021. I had a dream of the Navy going through the water in skidoos, and they were kind of like hovering, like type thing. So I remember I thought of like McHale's Navy because I knew that was their uniform. They were in diving suits though. Well, then we knew that, number 17 and yeah, and cue those cards, uh, was the Navy Special Forces, was that. So that dream was right. Then I had a dream about the Men in Black, and I had no idea. It wasn't like the movie The Men in Black. It was like men dressed in black, and they had like military guns, and they were going into a hospital, and it was like two worlds. It was that dream was like I was in two worlds. I was back in Erie near my great grandma where I was protected. Okay, it happened in Erie. It was at a hospital, and I worked at this hospital at the desk in this dream. And when the military, the Men in Black, came in looking for somebody with all their guns, and when they walked by me down the hall, I crawled out of the hospital. Okay. And I remember people running out, and I was comforting them. And there was one girl that tried to go back in, and I stopped. I said, "No, don't go back in there." So next thing you know, we see a gurney coming out, and the Men in Black were around the gurney. They put him in an ambulance, and they left. We don't know who it was. I don't know if it was male or female. We couldn't see. They were surrounding him. That was one of my dreams. Okay. So yesterday I see this thing on Telegram. I'm on Telegram, so I watch a lot of stuff on Telegram. And I see things that are happening, and it shows the Navy ships in the water. It's showing um like a commercial, but it's showing squares of these things. So it's got the Navy in the corner. It's got these Men in Black right here with guns. Okay. They were like military. They were dressed all in black. And then there were other things there. And it reminded me of those dreams I had. It correlated with those dreams. But then I had a dream where I was back in Pennsylvania. And this dream really stayed with me because I don't have nightmares too much that I remember. Uh, but I had this dream where I was in this car with a bunch of people. Okay. And I was in the back seat, and there was this man driving. And this car was like an old, I know the name of it because somebody had one, like an old Park Avenue or something, like the old cop car type cars. And it was blue, like it was all faded blue, and it was a four-door, and we're driving down this road that there's no houses or anything, like Swamp Road in Pennsylvania where I used to live. And this giant guy, okay, is tearing the town up. He's huge. He's standing over the trees. We can see him in our back window. He's ripping the town up, and he's coming towards us. And this car would not move. I mean, it wouldn't go anywhere. It's going like, and I said to the guy, "You need to put your foot on the pedal because we are going to die in a minute, but this giant is going to destroy us." This guy's like, "This is as fast as this car can go." So meanwhile, I'm watching flames and this man ripping everything apart, and we're going like this, and he's getting closer. And we get into the wooded area near where I used to live, and there was a camper of people, and this guy stops there. Well, they're all talking near this camper, and I can see like the giant coming. I mean, flames and stuff. And I said, "You guys can stand and bullshit all you want. I'm getting in the car and I'm going to my dad's." So my dad was right up there. And it had to be years ago because my dad doesn't have the dog anymore. So me and this one person, and I met the girl that was in the car. She remembered the dream. This girl was sitting in the passenger seat in front with a ponytail and glasses. And I'm driving, and she's like, "Go, go." And the car, we really would not go anywhere. I mean, must have been just a piece of hunk of crap the guy was driving. So I get into the allotment where my dad is. I go into the driveway, and I can see this monster. My dad had this dog laying in the driveway. The dog has been dead for 20 years. Okay. And I go in, and they're all in there. And that was the end of my dream. So they're talking about the giants a lot. Is that a premonition of something? God, I hope not, because I did not like that dream. So that was one dream that I can really remember vividly, just like the karmic dream where I stopped and I felt drugged and stuff. So I have a lot of crazy dreams, but a lot of them come true. I hit the lottery on a dream. That was great. I hit for $1,100. I usually don't play it, but I was playing a pick three number. It was my grandfather's address. And I had a dream that I was going to hit. I played it every day. I cleaned houses back then. Me and the person I cleaned with, we would stop and play the pick three. So I knew there was only one number I was playing. And I had a dream that I hit the lottery. And I said, I'm going to raise the money up that I play on this a little bit for a few days and see what happens. 3 days. And I told everybody about this dream because my friend always said, if you have a dream, tell people because if it happens, you say you had the dream, they're going to go, oh, yeah, right. So I tell my husband and my friend all about my dream. So I kept saying, I'm gonna hit the water. I'm here. Oh yeah, okay. So 3 days later, I'm laying on the floor. My husband's laying there, and they start calling the pick three, and I'm like, 9, 3, 9, and it hits straight. I'm like, oh my God. My husband's like, you've got to be kidding me. Because I've been playing it a lot and I didn't hit nothing. I played it for like a year and I hit nothing. And 3 days later, after I had that dream, I hit and I hit for 1,100 because I upped my money. I played $2 straight and $2 box instead of $1 and $1. Usually I only play $2 a day. But yeah, that was pretty cool too. But I don't have those a lot and I don't play the lottery anymore. So very, very, very rarely unless I feel an urge. Now, we got the messenger oracle and heed your dreams. And I'm just talking about dreams. It's funny. She is all earth, and the snake is around her, protecting her. His head is on her third eye that is lit up. And the sun is right here, beautiful. But then there's like the shade on the other side, that maybe the dream world. Your dreams are powerful tools for increasing self-awareness, for they contain within them the unfiltered truth. Whether it be a dream or a nightmare, they are the keys to understanding your inner self. Both your joys and your fears commune with Gaia and Great Spirit in the stillness of your slumber. Learn to read and interpret your dreams. Listen to what they tell you. Pay close attention to how they make you feel. Heed what they reveal and learn who you are and who you wish to be. That's a perfect message for us with that because dreams will guide us if we listen to them. A lot of people don't feel that dreams are anything. Dreams are a lot. And we got the Raven, trust the magic. Magic is the mystery and coincidental. It is at the heart of those moments of synchronicity and knowing. It is woven into the awareness that there is more to life than what you can see. It is born of that moment when you step without fear and with loving heart into the void. Voice your desire and have great spirit send this message to show you the way. Trust in magic. It is real and it surrounds you. Yeah, the magic of Source is all around us. And if people don't think Source is magical, how did he create us? That's magic. Creation is magic. Sorry, hate to tell you. A new day dawns. This is a beautiful golden, purple, pink, rainbow dragon. Today is a new day. With the dawn comes an opportunity to begin again or to embrace something new. Create what you wish to create. Become the person who you dream of being. Do not allow your doubts or fears to hold you back, for this day is bright with hope and good fortune. Go forth and greet it with a simple smile upon your lips and joy in your heart. Those were really good messages. We always have great messages with these cards. It's like these cards know us now and they're starting to know the new people that are coming in and they're picking up everybody's energy. Trust me, we are all connected. So when these cards come out, they are everybody's energy, not just mine. Cross the bridge of happiness, number 42, which is a 6. Cross the bridge of happiness. It leads over the depths of your emotions. The bridge of to happiness is your wisdom. It leads across the depths, the clouded waters of your emotions. A bridge of happiness provides the chance to acknowledge your emotions and yet at the same time be sufficiently distanced from them to always remain present and centered in yourself. However, it also allows enough proximity so that you never stop learning. The bridge of happiness is also a natural path, neither cold nor warm, neither rigid nor fragile, and yet it offers secure footing. Only the wise may cross a bridge of happiness, as those who believe that earthly riches await them on the other side are still far from reaching the bridge, far from attaining maturity and wisdom. On the other side of the bridge is a desire that has been fulfilled, love, security, or divine order. It is here that the wise among us will find silence, find themselves, and find God. You have drawn this card because you have now reached such a bridge. It is time to cross it and reap its rewards. Let go of your illusion, all your constricting thoughts about happiness and prosperity that limit you and hold you back. The way across the bridge is a path of meditation, and every step will be a step of gratitude. You have drawn this card because you are standing at such a bridge. The path you have traveled may have been difficult and things may not always have been good, but your spiritual companion were there with you. They looked after you and guided you here, but they will not withdraw a little. An arduous path may lie behind you, or times that were not always rosy, but your spiritual companions were there. They have been looking after you and have now guided you here. At this point, they are withdrawing a little. You have often been here before and yet have not acted wisely. So the bridge of happiness has simply dissolved and vanished into thin air. But now you have this card in your hand. It is an indication that no one can cross the bridge of happiness alone, since true happiness is the light that always resonates between at least two beings. Your helpers for the next 21 days is the dragon, the peppermint candy cane, the clear quartz crystal. We had the Lemurian crystal the other day, and the number 6. Let's see what 6 has to tell us. Number 6 reveals that unity and attracting forces are now flowing into you. Make use of them to bring ideas and dreams to fruition. You will find courage and an unusual inner strength. Take a step forward and do not allow anything or anyone to stand in your way. You will be a conduit for the creation of new things. This number's energy field is all about balance and the merging of opposite energies. It brings love, health, happiness, profit, and fulfillment of dreams. It's been all about dreams today, and I think people need to start listening to their dreams a little bit more. We take those for granted. Let me tell you, I've had some amazing dreams that have come true. If I wouldn't have listened to my dreams and wrote them down, oh, geez. And you know, some dreams I've wrote down, but I don't even have to go back and look at those dreams. I mean, those dreams are clear as a bell, but you should write them down because there's certain dates, there's certain times that had something to do with things. It's interesting. The first, okay, now we're doing the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Like I said, most of the cards I do are Oracle cards. I only have one tarot deck. I'm not big on tarot. I use tarot to clarify the Gaia oracles. Shaman, trust in higher forces. And this, he's got bells right here, and bells are sacred. He's got all bells, and he's got all feathers, and feathers is our guardian angel. He's got the wise owl watching over, and his eyes are wide open, and he is looking right at you. Well aware. Trust in your angels, guides, and ancestors. If you have given your power away, claim it back. Inspired by the Sami, the indigenous people of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland, This card represents those people who have a connection to earth and the hidden realms. Many shamans believe that when there was illness or disease, it was because a person's power had been left behind somewhere, or a negative pattern had installed itself in them. In trance, they would travel to the underworld to recall this power and remove the demon. If this card comes to you, it's because you need to do some release work with lower energies, or with your lack of trust in the spiritual energies that are guiding you. The shaman will aid you in your quest. There are spiritual allies working in your favor, and their miracles will unfold much more easily than you move into a state of trust. So call back your power and stop allowing external forces to divert you from the miracles you deserve. Hand over all your concerns to the spiritual allies. When you do so, you allow them to send your intuitive guidance and messages that will allow you to correct this situation and come out on top. The shaman card also shows that you have shamanic potential to move between the realms and connect with your guides in an extremely personal way. Yeah, we all have that power. We just don't use it. Remember the other day I mentioned the traveler? If you've noticed, when I mention stuff, a few days later it comes up because it was already destined to come up. I've been noticing that a lot, and I've been paying a lot more attention. We've never got this either, and she is the traveler. Move in a new direction. And look at the map behind her. And the compass. I have that compass on I bought that compass it's a big metal thing. It looks just like that. It's hanging on my fence. Welcome an opportunity to travel either to the outer world or your inner worlds. Inspired by the Romani travelers, this card represents the nomadic spirit within. The opportunity to move in a new direction is coming your way, and ancestral wisdom is encouraging you to welcome it with open arms. Going on a trip is an exciting process, because not only do you learn about the world, you also learn about yourself. This card often comes up when you have a chance to go through a process of awakening and understand even more about the amazing qualities you have to share with the world. Often such journeys can be but this in itself can teach you that you are never really alone, and your angels and ancestors are there for you. The road you are on may be the road less traveled, but this journey is going to be highly beneficial for your emotional and spiritual growth. If it isn't about covering outer distance, it's about covering distance within, and you will be evolving every single moment of it. Remember to keep things simple and to lighten your load, because that will make your journey more enjoyable. You are also being encouraged to see how far you've come and how you've really grown as a person, because this recognition will support you in going even further. And there's a good chance that along the way, you'll make new friends who will become companions for a lifetime. Yeah, we have new roads to travel we haven't found yet. Now, we have a surprise at the end. I was so excited when that card came out. We got the Divine Master, and we got actually two cards. I still see those flashes when I'm outside and on the computer. I don't know if you guys are noticing the download flashes. I've been getting them for like a month now at least. So something's going on. Now, I am going to show this card because I am not sure I am going to pronounce this name right. And in the book, it doesn't help you sound it out. I said to my husband, why do they have to make these names like a prescription that you're looking at and you have no idea what it is? This is an interesting card. We've never got this card. She's got her third eye sideways, which is very interesting. I've never seen anything like that. And she's got specks of fire, and it looks like water bubbles all around her. Now, here's the challenge, and I'm going to show you the card because you could write it down and sound it out and you'll figure it out. Okay. Vajra Vajragani. Vajragani. Okay. I said it better than I thought I would. Vajragani, facing fears leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power, transcending fear. Vajragani is a tantric deity acknowledged in both Buddhism and Hinduism, who represents the path to feminine Buddhahood. Buddhahood. That kind of sounded funny. Buddhahood, because I say it's all good in the hood. Okay, so we're in Buddhahood. Vajra means thunderbolt, and a yogini is a female achieving the state of yoga, which is the union of mind, body, and soul. We got the union card. That's pretty cool. Vajragani is a Dankan, which is Sanskrit for the pages stuck together. Okay. Ooh, sky dancer. Ooh, I like that. A powerful supernatural being who is fearless and also at times wrathful in her mission to bring enlightenment to the earth. She has actually been described as semi-wrathful because her presence is sharp and fearless. From a spiritual perspective, Vajragani can help us move into a space of awareness and enlightenment. When she comes to you, she will lead you along the path to knowing yourself better. And since this is a less traveled path, there will be many encounters with your fears along the way. You would never know that it was like to be fearless if you hadn't encountered fear. This is the time when you are able to look fear in the eye and see it for what it is. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense energy experience because the human self is conditioned to be scared by the prospect of fear. And so when fear appears, it can send as running, when in fact it's an invitation to arrive. Your fears are appearing now because you're on the verge of a miracle. You have a real opportunity to know yourself better than ever. When you finally face your fears, they will no longer have power over you. When they have left you, though there's a good chance you may feel energetically drained or empty, this isn't because something is missing, but because your fears have been taking up too much space. This is an opportunity for you to call love, miracles, and anything else you need into this space. You are learning to use your power and are being given the courage to embrace who you truly are. Freedom is within sight. Ah, I love that card. And I think I pronounced her name pretty good. I was scared. I looked at that. I said, oh no, here we go. I worked for a phone place one time and we had to call Hawaii. Oh my goodness. You wouldn't believe those street names and trying to pronounce them. I had a guy laugh at me one time. He goes, you were closer than most people. I was like sounding it out. It was like 3 inches long. It was like the whole alphabet 3 times. This is a good card. This is got the emerald colored tablet around it. It's Hilaron, Divine Emergence. Be seen. Let the world know your gifts. It's time. Hilaron, also known as Hilaron the Great or Saint Hilaron, was a master healer in the temples of Atlantis and also had incarnations in ancient Egypt. In his last incarnation, he was born to pagan parents in Syria in the 4th century AD. He studied in Alexandria, Egypt, where he converted to Christianity, and it is said that from that moment, he dedicated his life to spiritual pursuits. At the tender age of 15, after hearing about the miracle of Saint Anthony, he went off to his desert hermitage for 2 months. He craved personal space, but the hermitage was busy. So he decided to go back home. But after his parents had passed, he gave up all his worldly possessions and retreated to a cave in the wilderness. Hilaron spent the majority of his life away from humanity because he was a highly sensitive being who picked up the energies of those he came close to. It is said that those who came to his cave experienced miracles, including barren women became pregnant and people overcoming mental and other health challenges. Now Hilaron's soul helps light workers embrace their gifts and emerge from the cave of sensitivity. I have a lot of problems with energy and people. I can sense a lot of energy. I can see facial expressions. I can see energy. I can feel it. And I know what's going on with them. And it's hard. It's hard to kind of push it away, especially if they're sick. I can pick that up and I just try to tune it out. It's time to come out of hiding and be seen. Energetically, you have taken some time to retreat and recharge, which has been highly beneficial for your mental and emotional well-being. But now it's time to emerge. Don't get too comfy or fall into old ways of being, because the old who wants to hide or old fears of persecution or judgment make you feel that you need to. You weren't born to suffer in this lifetime. You were born to surmount challenges and embrace and share your gifts. If you have been holding back or hiding a part of yourself in order to fit in or conform, you are being encouraged to break the pattern and be seen in all of your glory. You are a powerful teacher and healer with the ability to break outworn family cycles and help others radiate their brightest light. Your personal journey shows others what is possible for them, but to do this, it has to be shared. Let all your gifts be shared. I think we should all be sharing our gifts. I don't think we should be hiding them anymore. It's time. Let that sparkle, let that magic out. We got a special visitor card today. We got the Gateway of Light activation, one of my favorite, Kyle Gray. This is also Kyle Gray. And this is also Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray is one of my favorite. So, what is our surprise for the day? Halls of Amenti initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. Look at that. We have the positive, the white, and the negative, the dark. We have the light and the dark. The halls of learning, also sometimes known as the Great Halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. They're a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as giant, somewhat Gothic university building with marble flooring, spiral staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said these halls are home to Akashic. I love Akashic records. I visit that a lot in dreams. While others have wondered if they are connected to the halls of Amenti, I can confirm that these are actually two different retreats. Ultimately, this etheric retreat is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up their psychic and clairvoyant abilities. If this gateway comes to you often, it brings confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. Also, if the ideas of an ancient mystery school and the astral realm seem similar, there's a good chance that you've been there here in dream time. Or even between incarnations, these great halls are held within the heart of Source and are a projection of the divine's mind's infinite intelligence. When we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of Source. You are on the path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to support you. If you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances or have just moved through such a time, you are being called to review what you have learned about yourself. If you are still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, call on Source and your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, or wound that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason is that you made huge progress on your spiritual journey, so much so that your perspective has shifted so that you can view every challenge as a window of opportunity. The halls of learning gateway indicate that your spiritual gifts are developing at this time. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We are going through mystery school, but we are also going through earth school. And I want everybody to try to do more meditating and manifesting. And I think that we're going to start doing something. I'm going to try to remember it. I want you guys to try to remember it. We're going to use the magic like button, is what I'm going to call it. Now, I want you to come in with your inner child. I'm going to start this in the beginning so everybody knows. I want you to come in with your inner child. Okay. And I want it to be active and I want it to be playful. And this is what I want to play with. I want everybody to make a wish. Don't make it crazy. Make it uh, manageable. Make it that it's going to manifest. Okay. That's something that you want to manifest that's somewhat simple and you want to try to manifest it. Let's do this. Let's make the likey button the magic wish button. So every time when you come in, I want you to hit the like button. That way I'll know you made the wish, okay? And you're manifesting. I want you to make one wish, one small, nothing major, one, because I want you to see if you can do this. And I'll do it with us. I'll try to manifest something small and I'll let you know if it happens, okay? So let's think of something when we come in, something small that we want to manifest that hasn't come to fruition yet, but we need it to come to fruition. And I want you to hit the likey magic button, the manifestation button. And when you hit it, I want you to make the wish, okay? And I want you, when you're meditating over a few days, whatever, I want you to keep thinking of that wish and manifesting it. And when it happens, I want you to come back and I want you to go into the comment section of any of the videos, because I look at the comments, and I want you to let everybody know in the universe what you manifested, unless it's real personal, and when it came true, and how long it took you to manifest it. Let's do that. Let's play this game, because I think this game is going to really open an insight. They say YouTube says it's a like button, but let's say it's a magic wish button, okay? And let's start bringing our inner child in here and playing a little bit so we can play with it a little bit, because we really need to wake it up. So if we play games with it, we'll wake it up and we'll start to try to balance ourselves out and hit the like button. It's the magic wish button. Make your wish and start trying to work on it and manifest it. Concentrate on that one small thing. Say it's I need $20. I'm broke. I need gas. I don't know how I'm going to get this gas. I need $20. Okay. And I need it at least by Friday or something. I need it. And think about it all the time. Concentrate on it. The $20, the gas, concentrate on it and see how long it takes you to manifest and see what happens when that $20 just comes to you just because. I think we need to play with that. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to try that. I was thinking about that the other day, and I think we need to do that. So I hope everybody got some good messages off this. I really did. And I'm glad the Halls of Manetti came to play with us today, because we needed the reassurance. The Thoth and the Mystery School was still into effect, and it is. I knew it was, but I figured I'd give everybody a reoccurrence. And it was nice to have coffee and cards with my soul family today. And I know you have some beautiful souls out there. So I love everybody, and may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.